The rain had been falling for 2 days, a relentless curtain of grey that turned the world to mud and rising water. Inside, the family was in a panic, grabbing photo albums and essentials. The evacuation order was mandatory. But Mittens, their silent, graceful calico cat, refused to come inside. She sat on the porch railing, soaked and shivering, her eyes fixed on the overflowing creek behind the house. Her owner, a young girl named Lily, called her name, her voice trembling with fear. "Mittens, please, we have to go." But the cat wouldn't move. It didn't meow or hiss. It just stared into the distance, a small, determined statue against the raging storm. The family's desperation grew with every passing minute. The water was now licking the steps of the porch. To leave her was unthinkable, a betrayal that felt as cold as the floodwater itself. Lily's father tried to grab her, but Mittens darted away just out of reach and let out a single sharp meow, a sound not of fear but of command. She then leapt from the railing and began moving, not towards the safety of the car, but towards a cluster of old half-submerged barrels near the raging creek. "What is she doing?" Lily cried, her heart breaking. But her mother saw something in the cat's posture. It wasn't madness, it was a mission. "Wait," she said, her voice low. "Follow her." Trusting the animal they had loved for years, Lily's father cautiously waded into the churning knee-deep water, following the small cat. Mittens led him directly to the barrels, looked back at him, and meowed again, a sound now filled with pleading. He pushed aside a piece of floating debris and looked down. There, on a small piece of high ground barely spared by the rising tide, was a cardboard box. Inside, huddled together for warmth, were 4 tiny, newborn kittens, their eyes still sealed shut. They were crying faintly, their sounds almost lost in the storm. Mittens had just given birth and had been refusing to leave her babies, standing guard against the impossible odds of nature. With tears mixing with the rain on his face, the father carefully lifted the box. Mittens immediately ran to his side, rubbing against his leg, her duty done. They carried the precious cargo back to the car, the entire family now safe. As they drove away, looking back at their flooded home, Lily held Mittens close, the tiny kittens nursing safely in a warm towel. Sometimes the quietest voices have the most important things to say, and true courage isn't about the absence of fear, but the presence of love.